getting pretty overly intimate now, isn't it? Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Carter Nolan is behind the camera.
Yep, and you should have just seen our new intro, or, well, just a intro.
Yeah, it's great. And so, first off, thank you guys. We've been getting a lot more support and a lot more growth in this channel because of the recent game reactions that we've been doing. That's fun.
Yeah, who knew people would be invested in the playoffs?
I know, right? So, we actually wanted to do this a couple of days earlier, but we had some late nights, given the fact that we've been through now 3 straight overtime games, one with going triple overtime, and I was not staying up to record this then, otherwise I wouldn't have done all the homework I did on this one. So we're also going to do a Nashville, Carolina one tomorrow, and also a Mighty Ducks review, because, a little lesser known one that we'd cover, but we like covering it.
Well,
and
it's
also
the second last episode
continuity,
of the
we might as well get it done, right?
For sure.
So, let's talk about this game. So, the game, it is game 4 in the first round of the Western Division. Minnesota versus Vegas. Vegas is up 1-0. Vegas leads the series 2-1.
What would the final score of this game be, just out of curiosity?
I was going to get there, don't worry.
Okay.
There's 9 minutes left in the first period, and Eric Snack has the puck. Marcus Foligno, I believe, is in front of the net. Yes. Okay, beauty. Had to check that. But yes, as you can see, now from this angle, also, we have, if you can't tell at all what I'm pointing at times, look in the description of this video, and we have the original footage there that you can compare notes with what I'm explaining.
Absolutely.
So, Foligno's in front of Marc-Andre Fleury. Eriksson has the puck. Eriksson would walk in, fire it short side on Marc-Andre Fleury. Foligno providing a great screen. From this angle, he looks just on the edge of the blue paint. Fleury not able to see it. And goal. And now, this, however, would get... I forget if this got reviewed or challenged, but... I believe it was challenged, actually. It would be challenged for goaltender interference. Now, let's watch the play develop here, because it's actually really interesting. And I've actually noticed a pattern with Marc-Andre Fleury on plays like this that I will tell you guys about later in the video. So, as you can see, they don't give us a timer, which sucks, because some of our old reactions, or old goal or no goals had that in the corner, but they didn't give us one. So, Foligno, as we can see, is above the blue paint. Now, why is the crease rule relevant here? It's not really relevant in the sense of he has to be in the crease, he has to be outside of the crease. It's that he has to not, in any way, go into the crease that impedes Marc-Andre Fleury's ability to stop the puck. So as we can see, his feet are there, his body is slightly overhanging in the blue paint there, but that's mostly jersey because it comes out a little bit. The play continues. Again, feet still there. Marc-Andre Fleury likes playing out. We'll touch on that later. And the puck is worth noting is going to be shot on the short side. So Fleury, if he's smart, he'll peek around this way. Fleury goes to turn his head around as if he's cutting into the middle. And Foligno just stands his ground. He doesn't move back. He doesn't move back. Now, I'm just going to put my hand on my finger here because it's really hard to tell if he moves back. So, middle of the numbers is right here. That doesn't look like it's a moving to me. Maybe he cuts his foot in a little bit. But even then, that's slight. Fleury actually hugs up against Foligno. And at this point, the puck is not even in the net yet. And he's still trying to look around him. And the puck... Okay, so the puck actually, I think, is right there in the net. So at this point, the puck is in. Puck is in. So here, this is just the continuation of the motion. Now, this would get ruled no goal due to goalie interference. And the Wild would go on to lose this game 4-0. And yes, people are saying, well, why does one goal matter? Because if the Wild get this, there might be a knock-on effect that, doesn't have the Vegas Golden Knights winning 4-0. After all, this was in Minnesota.
And also, I find that like when you get a goal and it gets disallowed, that can be one of the biggest momentum killers for a team that you can possibly have.
Mm-hmm. And Vegas would, now as of recording this, Vegas, of course, wins Game 4, which is this. but would lose Game 5, so they're up 3-2 in the series against Minnesota. So there's actually, as of recording, there's no way of knowing how much a greater effect this would have on the series, although you can always kind of look back on this and think about it, because playoffs will always have knock-on effects. So here's the thing. Marc-Andre Fleury, now, is he impeding Marc-Andre Fleury's ability to stop it, or more of his vision? And if the answer is B, and if the answer is A, why? If the answer is B, that's not goalie interference. Now, I've found two separate examples of plays like this that were both disallowed. And you might be asking, well then why isn't this open shut case? Well, let's look at the first one. Game 3 of the 2018 Stanley Cup Finals. Vegas and Washington. As you can see, Devontae Smith-Pelly came from the corner here, clips Fleury, whose head is all the way tilted, who, to his credit, was trying to look there, and immediately gets disallowed because Fleury is dead. And this is no goal and was given a penalty. This makes sense because you can't go charging across the crease like this, because if you clip the goalie in the skull, which he did, yes, Fleury's outside, but you can't just openly deck the goalie. That is a penalty, and that has to be disallowed because Fleury has no way to stop it. That being said, though, I found another example. Logan Couture is the guy here, and Brady McNabb, I believe, is the guy here. And this was in the 2019 playoffs, Game 2 of the 19 Stanley Cup playoffs against San Jose, which they would lose in Game 7, but they would win this game. So, Couture's in front of the net. Okay, Couture is still... Now, this is one that gets real generous because they score on this play. And I see this immediately after the goal goes in. McNabb turns, immediately fist bumps Fleury. And it's such an interesting look, okay? And I'm not going to, call names or anything, but the graphic of goal San Jose as you're making a high five to your team. Sus! So, let's look at this. This call, I cannot believe, was called goal interference. Look at how far Fleury's out! He's in left field!
He's got both feet
Couture
out of the crease.
is lined up there, and Couture turns, and maybe he catches Fleury, but what are you doing? And Fleury does this thing. Actually, no, he doesn't catch Fleury. Fleury can't see around Couture, so he goes like this to spin. Now, and for the record, people saying, well, maybe he just got caught out there. No, he didn't. And I'll explain why. Fleury's not an idiot. Fleury is, honestly, in my opinion, one of the smartest goaltenders in the National Hockey League today. He knows how to circumvent certain rules. He knows what are the right buttons to push, and he also knows what are the right scenarios to play. For example, a cheeky little thing he did was once build up snow right on the goal line when they had an empty net. They caught him doing it, and they kicked the snow away, but he knows what he's doing. And he's also very competitive. Thing about Fleury, though, is Fleury's not a tall goaltender, and he knows this. In the 2018 playoffs especially, and pretty much ever since, Fleury has a reputation of playing very far out of his crease. He's only about 6 feet, I think. Maybe 6'1" or 2" at the tallest, which is not actually really tall amongst goalies. Most goalies nowadays are like 6'4", 6'6". You need a bigger stature. So what does Fleury do to compensate that is he plays out of his net, cutting off angles, cutting off lanes to the net, so to speak. The problem is that the way Fleury plays, it enables situations like this to happen where he's on the edge of his crease and he's just pretty much hugging up against players. With any other goaltender, I guarantee the goalie stays a little deeper in his net and looks around this way, around the shoulder. And I don't want to go out here and say this is like I'm calling so to speak intent. I'm saying this: Foligno is not engaging Fleury. Foligno is standing his ground here, and Fleury goes up to meet him. That is not goaltender interference. That isn't. It's just not. Also, too, foot. Your foot can be in the crease. It's as long as you. If Foligno had done with what Smith-Pelly did and decked him, or if he even backed into the crease like a huge degree, then yes, Fleury has a case because Fleury is not able to gain angle and gain depth. What Fleury is asking what Fleury's asking on this play, however, is something that is just not. It's not a fair ask. He's pretty much asking to give every single inch of his crease and then some. Fleury's right foot is above the crease. His left foot is in the crease because if it wasn't in the crease, he'd be out of the net. Like, I am shocked that this got disallowed. And to anyone comment, like, in the comment section saying, well, Zach, you're not looking at it at game speed. I watched this review at game speed. Watch it back. Foligno barely moves. All Foligno does is his left foot stays planted and he pivots. And why does he pivot? Because Eriksson Ek is changing the angle. He's pivoting to maintain a screen on Fleury. Honestly, Martinez is the guy who Fleury should be pissed at. Because what is this garbage coverage? Honestly. Like, that's bad.
Yeah, as a defenseman, if I was covering my guy like that, I'd get chewed for it.
Yeah.
That's
like,
bad.
This is a good screen, and Fleury gets caught with his head around the wrong way, which happens in minor hockey all the time. I play goalie myself. When it happens, it sucks. But as a referee, you can't call that no goal, and that's why it was called a goal on the ice. So, in closing, I guess it's pretty fair to say, I think this should have been a goal. And in the comment section, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And, even if you disagree with me, maybe just leave a like in general, because, I'm totally open to having a back and forth about this. And I know that we're not always going to agree, but I respect all the opinions, all the comments, every perspective on this situation, because it's great.
Yeah. Also, a little apology. We didn't have anything Vegas to put in there. So
yeah.
We have a Minnesota
all
North
we have
Stars.
is a Ryan Reeves Muffin Man shirt, and we didn't think that would really set the mood on goaltender interference.
All we have is an old Minnesota North Stars banner.
Yes.
Not even a wild one.
Yes. The Medano North Stars. But, so, let us know. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe, because that's nice. Also, credit to Jens95, who provided this footage, because that's great. They didn't know that, because that's where we found this. Because I was looking forever to try to find a clip on this, because the timestamp guy just wasn't working that day, and that's fine, because he found us a clip for the other one. But yeah, so in short, I think this should have counted. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.